Yeah, it just said recording. So hopefully it's getting the whole, yeah, both of us.
Yeah, now I guess it's better. So,
Okay.
hello, hi, Lola, ma'am. How are you?
Hey, I'm fine. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. I guess
Good.
it's our second conversation, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's great. So, I just wanted to know wanted to have a brief introduction of you, so then I can introduce myself and we can have a short conversation today.
Okay, perfect. So my name is Shala and I'm an English teacher by profession. I was a teacher in the USA for about a decade. Then I moved to Spain where I worked as an English language assistant in schools for about 6 or 7 years. And now I'm working as a freelancer English teacher. So just doing private classes on Zoom.
Okay, that's great. That's amazing. So I have also gone through your channel, like your YouTube channel. You
Mhm.
are making really good and amazing content. Like you have lot of series of videos. So every day, whenever I get a chance, I usually watch your videos.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm glad that they're helpful. That's why I've been looking at other English teachers, to gain just some examples and to see what works and what's helpful for students, and then trying to create that kind of content and videos that are really helpful. And usually that having a series of like business English or phrasal verbs or idioms, something that stays within the same pattern or the same subject area is very helpful to students.
Yeah, you're right. So let me just introduce myself shortly. So I am an engineer by profession. I am currently working as a design engineer. I am also like running my YouTube channel. The name of my channel is Guide to English. So actually, you can say by profession, I am not a teacher, but I had experience of teaching few students in COVID in the pandemic time. So that time I realized like maybe I have good skills in teaching. I should start teaching more people like other students all around the world. So I
Mm-hmm.
started that time, and now I'm not teaching anymore because I think like my schedule is really tough because I am also working.
Mm-hmm.
So, but these days I am just making, you can say, videos and related to English grammar, a
Mm-hmm.
reading session, and then conversational videos for my YouTube channel. I think like maybe on a YouTube channel I can express my thoughts and my feelings
Mm-hmm.
about English language and about teaching, so other people they can just learn from them that, and at the meantime I can also learn from the other people like
Mm-hmm.
you or other amazing teacher are there. They are doing really great job.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to ask like when did you start your YouTube channel, and what are your advice for the beginners, because you are a professional teacher. Let's say I am from a non-native English speaking country, like my native language is not English. I have other language. So what is your advice, like how should they start learning English as a second language?
Okay, yeah. So for the first question, when did I start my YouTube channel? Pretty much just in the summer of 2023, because that's when I officially started as a freelance English teacher, and so I thought that would be a nice way for me to connect with students. And then the other question was, okay, my tips for helping people who are learning English as a second language. I think definitely
Yeah,
some type of realia is highly important. Realia is just the real authentic way that native speakers interact with their language. So that could be for reading, that would be through news articles, any type of literature, really, like just books, novels, news articles, any type of publications that native speakers read. That's what you should be reading. For listening activities, listening to music is a great way that helps a lot of people. You have a lot of people have a favorite song or a favorite artist that they listen to. And since America, the USA, produces a lot of the world's famous music, most people around the world, they know the lyrics to some songs in English, but they don't really understand it, or they don't know all the lyrics in full. So that's one way that I definitely recommend, is listening to music, but looking up the lyrics and actually learning what the song means and being able to clearly pronounce every word. So then you can make the connection of what it sounds like with what it looks like when it's written. And I learned Spanish as my second language, and that's how I really got interested in Spanish, was through the music, like salsa and bachata, because I was learning to dance and I wanted to know what the songs were saying, if I was spending so much time around that atmosphere. So that was important, and that was a great way to learn some vocabulary words. You don't learn a lot of grammar structure through music, because after all, it's poetry. Lyrics are poetry set to music, but you do learn a lot of vocabulary and phrases that go together, so that's important. um, Another great way for students to learn English is listening to podcasts, because again, that's realia, that's the real way that native speakers listen to English every day. And it's conversational style. It's usually two or three people speaking together, interviewing each other, like you're doing with your YouTube, which I really appreciate and enjoy. And it's just learning day-to-day conversation skills. And so you get to focus on vocabulary within a certain topic area that you're interested in, because that's one of the most important things. If if you listen to some audio, but it's about a scientific field that you have no connection to, it's not going to help you. So the good thing about podcasts is
Yeah,
that they're, yeah.
you mean like just try to listen the stuff that you like, right?
Exactly. Yeah, there's a plethora, so many podcasts out there on any topic you could think of. So whatever you're personally interested in, or whatever your personal area of work is, you should find a podcast about that topic, because then number one, you're engaged. You want to know what they're talking about, and that's going to help you stick to it.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I know like we are running out of time, so I have just one short question. Like people from my area, like from Asia, from Pakistan or India or other countries from the Asia, they usually struggle with the pronunciation. Like they think like if I go for to learn for a British pronunciation or American one, so every time when they are pronouncing the words, they feel like they cannot pronounce it well. So what is your tip for that? Like how can they pronounce the words correctly?
Mhm. Yeah, that's a good question. And I have some of my adult students ask me that a lot, how they can perfect their pronunciation, because sometimes when they interact with native speakers, for example, I'm imagining a student who lives in the USA, and she said some of her neighbors don't understand what she's saying. So I can understand her because I'm a teacher, so I have a sympathetic listening ear. I've been working with English students for so many years now. I can understand what they're trying to say. But yeah, so for the daily interactions with natives, so that they can understand you, you can improve your pronunciation by simply listening and repeating. I think the technical term for that is shadowing, I believe,
Yeah.
because yeah, you're just listening to the native speaker, trying to repeat it as closely as possible. So repetition is key. With anything in life, the more you repeat it, the better you can get. You can improve. But also, I just want to say, having an accent is not a bad thing. To me personally, having an accent, it's an asset. It's a wonderful thing, because it means that you have learned an additional language. In addition to your native tongue, you have put forth effort, you have studied, you have practiced, and you have mastered, or started to master at least, a second or third or fourth or whatever number language you're on. So to me, it's a good thing, because it shows that you're a person who can dedicate your time to study a language. And I think that's more impressive than people who just have one accent in their first language.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, I guess, yeah, we can wrap up the session. The audience, my audience, they would really like your tips and they will try to, I guess, use your tips for enhancing their skills in English language. So it was a really pleasure talking with you. Thank you once again for your time and for your precious time and coming here for having a conversation. I really
Yeah,
appreciate that.
it's my pleasure. I appreciate you. Thank you for inviting me, Zane.
Yeah, thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay,
Have a nice
bye-bye.
day.
See you later.
Yeah, see you.